Hi guys, today I want to show you my makeup collection. When I came here, I had like one foundation, one powder, one bronzer, one blush, highlight, like a few mascaras and stuff. I didn't have that much and I want to know how much makeup I gain or how much makeup I will lose or like what's happening to my collection. I'm just a girl who loves makeup. I don't do this for anyone else. I do this for fun, for myself, because I don't know how to draw, I don't know how to write, I don't know how to color pictures. I'm really bad at art, so makeup is kind of like my art. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I have on my current makeup collection. Let's begin. Before I start talking about my primers, this is where I keep all my makeup. Actually, my host grandma and grandpa bought this little holder for me, and this little holder I got from Esther. And this is Ipsy bag, so that's where I keep my makeup. And here's my primers. I'm just going through everything super quickly. I actually decided to move this little holder so you guys can see better, so we don't have the lighting problem. So my primers. Here is Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer that I use every time I want my pores to disappear. Then I have my Stila One Step Primer, which I usually travel with because this is plastic and that claims to do lots of different things. Then we have e.l.f. Hydrating Primer, another hydrating primer from Smashbox. This is called Primerizer and this is awesome if you have dry skin. This is primer and moisturizer in a one bottle. I freaking love this stuff. And by the way, this mini size is $15 and it's 15 milliliters in here. And if you buy the normal size, it's $42, but it's 30 milliliters. So if you want to save some coins, buy 2 of these mini ones and you get a full size, but you save $12. Then one of my favorite foundation primers is this Becca First Light Priming Filter. And I freaking love this stuff. I feel like this is magic. And also this is the mini size because it's cheaper that way. Then we have City Color Glow Primer Oil, which after a little bit of shaking looks like this, and I love to use this in the summertime underneath dewy foundations. Then we have 2 for everyday, LA Girl Pro Prep Primer. This is silicone one, and this is more like lotion. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. And I'm actually going to switch a location because most of my foundations I have here. This is my favorite BH Cosmetics liquid foundation in the shade Natural Beige. I love this stuff. This is super natural. I like it. You gotta use quite a few pumps though, but then we have Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Soft Ivory. This is a little bit too light for me. Like this is the foundation I'm wearing right now. But if I want a matte foundation, this is alright. Then I have LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation on the shade Light, but this is way too dark for me right now. I gotta buy a foundation mixer so I can use this one, but at the summertime, if I get tan or burned, I can use this one. That's also really light coverage, so it's really dewy and just like healthy looking. This I've never used actually before. This is e.l.f. Foundation Serum. My friend gave this to me. This is on the shade Light, but this is way too dark for me, so I need to get that foundation mixer. And lastly here we have Lumen Matte Contour Oil Free Foundation in Classic Page. This is also a little bit too dark for me, but if I get the foundation mixer, I can use this up. Next, I took out my concealers. I have this NYX concealer in the color green. Just if I have super red skin or something and I want to color correct it, I use this one. This LA Girl Pro Concealer is really yellow and really light. So this is what I use when I want to be super fair. And Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, I usually prime my lids with this because this is almost my skin color, so I don't know, it's okay. And then my newest one is this Catrice Liquid Camouflage on the shade 10, if I remember right, and I freaking love this stuff. This is like $6 and this is the best concealer I've tried so far. And next we can go through this powder section of my box. Firstly, I always use this RCMA No Color Powder to set my face. I've just put this in a different container because this is just dumb. So I have this in an old powder container, but this is the one that I use every single time that I put foundation on. And here on my powder drawer, I have this Essence Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder in a light skin shade. 01 Natural. I love this stuff. Only thing that I do not like about it is that it smells like coconuts, and I can't stand coconuts. But then we have this Wet n Wild pressed powder in the shade Warm Light. We have Essence Pure Nude Highlighter and the shade 10 Be My Highlight. This is Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter on the shade Golden Flower. Then I have this Pixie by Petra. This is actually a blush. It says Beauty Blush Duo Peach Honey, but this is way too shimmery for blush, so I just use this as a highlighter. And then my most used, the Balm Mary Luminizer. This was actually my first highlight that I bought, and as you can see, this has been used and loved. Then I have 3 blushes from Wet n Wild. The pink one is Porcelain Pink. It goes Rose Champagne and Mellow Wine. I really like these blushes. These are like $3 or something, and I found them working just fine. Then I have one blush from Tarte. I guess this came from Ipsy bag. This is called Quirky, and it's like a dark pink color. Then I have this Essence Mosaic blush that I've been using all the time on my channel. This is really nice neutral pink shade. And this blush I got from the last Ipsy bag. This really smells like some food that have gone bad, or alcohol, or something really disgusting. I like the color, it's really neutral, but the scent just, it grosses me. This Milani Make It Last setting spray is my favorite. I love it. I can't use this all the time because it has alcohol in it and it will dry up my skin, but every now and then when I actually need my makeup to last, I'm using this Milani Make It Last. And then on the everyday basis, I use this e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. This is like $3. That was $10. I have e.l.f. Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer here, which I'm trying to use up. This was the first bronzer I bought. I didn't own any bronzers before this, so that kind of has a special place on my heart. And then I just bought this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter, and I'm going to just watch this for you guys. This is called Flexitarian, and oh my lord, this is blinding. So this is what it looks like on the pan. That is the swatch right there. This is awesome. Like if you want to blind someone at the club or at the party or something, just like Flexitarian. And this is like $7. This is a way to go. And here I have put all my favorite lip products. Then I have 3 different brow products. I have one from ColourPop, which is the first swatch, but the ColourPop one is a little bit too hard. And I found these LA Girl brow pencils. I have the shade Brunette, which is the middle, which is way too dark for me. And then I bought the light soft brown from LA Girl, and that's perfect. Like these LA Girl brow products, or these brow pencils, these are so soft, so easy to work with. I freaking love them, and I will never stop repurchasing them. Also, while we're talking about brows, this Essence Make Me brow gels are awesome. I have the shade 2 and 3, it depends what kind of look I'm going for, but these are awesome. A lot of people say that these are a dupe for the Benefit Gimme Brow. I personally haven't tried that because this is $3, and this works just perfectly fine for me. Then I have a few lip liners here from Essence, from NYX, from Wet n Wild, Catrice. I usually want my lip liners to be the ones that I don't need to sharpen, because that's just easier for me, but lip liners are something that I do like to collect on. Like I want to have one for each color. It's just something that I use every time that I put lipstick or liquid lipstick on, so these are my staples. Then I also have a few eyeliners. My absolutely favorite is this Essence Super Precise Liner. I've been using this for years, and if you ask my opinion which is easiest to do a black liner, I would say this one because it's so tiny. The tip is so fine. It's so easy to work with it. I have a blue from Wet n Wild and green from NYX. Then I have white from NYX, and this is something that I do not love because you need to put like 3 coats on before you get the white, so it's not my favorite. Then I have this wooden black eyeliner that I got from Ipsy bag. This is from Urban Decay. I have nude from ColourPop that I put on my waterline, and this I already talked about. This is my favorite. And then I actually only have a few random drawers left, or boxes, whatever you want to call. Here I keep on my lashes, and back here is my Jeffree Star Ice Cold highlighter, but because I don't use this so often, it just hangs right over there. And then the only drawer we haven't been through is this one up here, and then we can go through my eyeshadow palettes and then we're all done. So this little drawer or box, I have 2 of these NYX glitters, silver and gold one. I have some e.l.f. foundations, some porcelain, and another porcelain foundation, e.l.f. eyebrow kit, which came with the wax and a powder. I keep my brow products here, a few lash glues, and then my favorites, which are these ColourPop Sugar Shock shadows. If you haven't tried this one out, girl, what have you been doing with your life? And I'm gonna show you my eyeshadow palettes like sitting down, because I don't have too many and it's easier for you to see what I have. This is the Morphe Dare to Create palette that Rita gave me for my birthday, and I've been playing around with this so much off camera. This is literally my dream palette. This had like greens and blues and reds and lots of browns. To be honest, I don't use those browns that much because I like to play with colors on my eyeshadows. This is something that I wouldn't bought for myself because this was quite expensive for me, like 32 I guess, but this I've been playing around a lot. And then the first eyeshadow palette I bought when I came here was this BH Cosmetics Carly Bible Deluxe Edition palette. And I've been using this a lot. This has a lot of mauves, a lot of purples, a lot of pinks, and a few different highlighters. But to be honest with you guys, I never really reach for this if I don't want to do like a pink look. And then I have one palette from It Cosmetics. This is Naturally Pretty Romantics. And this is something that I always reach for when I'm doing like a really natural look, or if I want to like transition shade or something on my lower lash line. This is the palette that I always go for. It's kind of unnecessary because this is like 42 bucks and I never really do full looks with this, but this is full of like soft warm shades, so transition in a lower lash line. And then this palette I was super excited to get my hands on. Soft as Nails from YouTube made eyeshadow palette and highlighter palette with Makeup Revolution, and I wanted to get my hands on this palette so freaking bad because I've only heard good things about this, and she raves about this palette all the time, obviously because she made it. But to be completely honest, girls and boys there, this is not my favorite. Like, I just find these shades hard to work with. Like these shimmery shades you cannot use if you don't wet the brush. So I always take the pigment first, or shadow, whatever, on my brush, and then I wet my brush and then I go in and it's okay. And these matte shades, usually if I take a brush, I like to dip my brush in here and tap and put it on. But with these shadows, I really need to like work my way here. I can't just tap and put it on. I need to like rub that shadow so I can get anything on my brush. I don't know if I got a bad palette or if I'm just dumb, I can't use this one, but I planned on buying this for like all of my friends for gifts and stuff, but this is not so good quality that I would really recommend this one. I wanted you to come a little closer. I have 2 ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. The first one that I bought was the Yes Please palette. I freaking love this one. Like, I use that yellow like crazy. It's really pigmented, really vibrant. I freaking love this one. These are really powdery, so when you put your brush in, a lot of kickback will happen, but these will blend just fine. I love this one. This is my favorite. Another palette that I bought from ColourPop is this Give It To Me Straight. And I thought that this would be my travel palette. To be completely honest with you guys, these shimmery shades are not as good as they used to be. Like, when you swatch them, these all swatched way darker than what they look on the pan. And the shimmery shades, I have no idea how to make them work. So that kind of upsets me a little bit. I have 2 palettes from e.l.f. The first one is e.l.f. Matte from Matte 2, which I've used and abused, and I freaking love this one. This is awesome. If you need just a neutral palette with a little bit of color in it, I always recommend this one because this is 10 bucks and you just really can't beat this. And another one that I bought is Matte from Matte Jewel Pop. And again, to be completely honest, this is a little bit more patchy and like hard to work with. I really bought this from the blues and the greens. I really wanted to have them. This is also 10 bucks, so if you don't mind a little bit more working and patchiness and stuff, this is okay, but not my favorite. And my last baby palette is Lorac Pro Matte. This is the mini version and this is 30 bucks. So this is kind of expensive palette, but I always take this with me when I'm traveling. I take this little palette and then some of my Super Shock shadows so I can have my mattes and then I can have my colors. So yeah, that completes this video. Let me go on the middle of this screen. When I came here I didn't have any eyeshadow palettes, so that's where my money have been going on, and I didn't really have that much. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't do this video like when I came here, because my collection was like literally I have one in each category. I really don't have anything else to tell you. This is already super long. This was interesting, at least for me. So I am gonna go now. I will see you next Wednesday.